Danny stuck his homemade hook out through the iron gate. Since it was his first time trying to escape, he moved very carefully, not daring to alert the guards outside. With a tip from a prisoner on the other side, he wobbled and hooked the latch, gently lifting it to open the window on the iron door. Danny cautiously lowered the cover to avoid making noise and reached out with his left hand to open the steel door. That's when a guard, suddenly rushed in. Panic-stricken, I locked the entrance behind me and bent over the door, gasping for breath. The prisoners saw me and instantly grew tense, repeatedly asking what was happening outside the carriage. They'd just heard intense gunfire. I didn't answer their questions, but walked straight to the first aid kit, grabbed alcohol and gauze, and gritting my teeth through the pain, poured alcohol over my hand, which had been grazed by a bullet. This sudden scene interrupted Danny's escape attempt, and he quietly withdrew to watch. Before I could stand, the sound of a power drill came from outside. Clearly someone was trying to break in. The prisoners, though unsure what was happening, cheered loudly, urging whoever was outside to let us out soon. The noise unsettled me, and I shouted at the crowd. Checking the monitor for the driver's cabin, I saw a man in black burst in and pull out the camera. Danny saw his chance and rushed out, aiming to grab the keys from him. He immediately tried to pull the iron gate shut, but I quickly trapped his foot and then grabbed his neck with my hand. Not willing to back down, I dug my fingers into his eyes. Feeling the pain, Danny suddenly exploded with strength, pushed me away, and started fighting. But with my injured leg, he quickly threw me into the hallway. Then I pulled out my handgun from my waist and regained control of the situation. I stood up, intending to lock Danny back in his cell. At that moment, a sharp smell filled the carriage. Mark, inside his cell, wiped the floor with his hand and discovered it was covered in gasoline. Before he could call for help, a small flame was thrown through the hole. The fire quickly grew, spreading toward the neighboring cell. If we didn't act fast, everyone would die here. I grabbed a fire extinguisher and helped Mark fight the flames, but sadly he was still burned alive.